Everybody,
Morning.
I don't know if I can drag her out at the kitchen this morning. Another grey one.
It's warm though. What's that?
It is warm, yeah. Well, everybody seems to have appeared now, don't they? On this part.
Yeah.
People that were missing have all come back. This is the last day of the holiday, so I would imagine most people will be packing up and going home today. Well, they've done well to survive them in that little camper with four of them in that little camper. Well, since Friday. I think it Friday? Well, they came, or Thursday, I can't remember, but I think they've done well to keep going. Because there's no facilities on here. I mean, you've no toilets and bathrooms on here. They're all. So, yeah.
I mean, we can feel like a set-up with just 2 of us in a day, can't we? So I don't know about 4.
Meant no wonder I had an hernia. Our toilet weighs a ton every day. Good subject.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Well, thank Jane and Paul for buying my drawing.
Yes, thank you.
That drawing that I've been...
a surprise.
Yeah, didn't have to raffle it. So there's going to be 2 drawings going off next week. Well, tomorrow hopefully. One to Pennsylvania. Paul and Jane live in a camper. They've done what we've done. They've sold up and bought, well, he's done it himself. He's converted a Sprinter, Mercedes Sprinter. And it's the longer one. Apparently they do an extra long one. About 24 foot. Which sounds like a good little setup because it's a bit narrower than this. It's a foot longer than this, but narrower, so you'll get it into a parking space. I mean, you'll still have to take up 2 parking spaces because of the length of it, but at least if we try and get it into 2 parking spaces in a car park, you're too close to the car next to you, and then they're unhappy because they can't get in and out of the car, right? So I don't like doing that. I always look for if I can't find an end space with an overhang, I don't bother. Yeah, so thank you, Paul and Jane, and you don't do videos, I notice, so can't follow you. No. Can't see what you're up to. But yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Sounds like a good layout in the van, doesn't it?
I think they tried to send me a picture or something, but it hasn't.
It hasn't come through?
It won't upload, no.
Oh, gosh.
No works, does it? Well, yesterday, I don't know, I seemed to be spending all my time yesterday afternoon faffing around, trying to work out why Paul and Jane couldn't access my email. When I go to my channel, it's there. When I click on the About button, it's there. So I don't know why. I think other people, I think somebody else has contacted me by email, I don't know. Can't remember. I don't know where half that stuff comes from, what's going on, really. Yeah, so we didn't do it. It was very quiet here yesterday, wasn't it?
Quiet. Yeah, I read and You went for a walk.
I went for a walk, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I didn't film it because it's same
Mountains and
bit of scenery that you've seen.
yeah. Just a different direction.
We leave here tomorrow.
Yeah. I think we're going to have to go out today, really.
We're going to have to. I think we should.
Well, we're nearly
just
nibbling his fingers to bits yesterday.
Not tight. We've had us cooked breakfast this morning.
Yeah.
We're saving that, but we're literally, the fridge is empty.
Yeah, just about.
We're trying to hold off until tomorrow, but I'm afraid.
I'd got some salad that we could have today, but don't know what we were going to have for tea.
I think Pat were nibbling on bed sheets last night.
With no pombears, no fruit.
Nothing.
No biscuits. Anyway.
No.
Just.
No. So I think we need to go out.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to be doing today.
We've had powdered milk in our coffee this morning to save the milk for tomorrow, but we've decided we're going to go out, aren't we?
Yeah.
I know it's a bank holiday Monday, but somewhere will be open.
Well, there's where the post office is, there's a Londis there's a village.
Not far away.
Not too far away, and it's got a post office and a Londis, so that's where I'm going tomorrow, hopefully, to post these drawings off. So I would imagine it'll be open today.
The Lundis will.
Oh yeah, the Lundis will, the post office won't.
No.
And Diane, you're going to be unhappy again.
Oh, why?
Because it's only a short letter.
Is it? Oh dear.
Sorry. I feel right guilty now when I see a short letter. See what you do to me. You don't realise how sensitive I am. And this letter was written on the 15th of January 1967, and it's from Pat.
Oh.
I wasn't half mad when I missed your call, but I couldn't help it. You see, I went to where my mother works for tea because I was supposed to meet our Pam and Anne-Marie because it was Pam's birthday the day before. So I must have gone and rang you at 6 o'clock. I must have made an appointment, booked a phone call, went and rang you, and you didn't answer.
Right.
Well, I bet I were well pleased. Well, that last letter, that's probably what threw me into a deep depression.
Yeah.
I can't say I like Friday at school, as we have RI and PE, religious instruction and PE, physical education.
And English.
And English. All your favourite subjects.
Oh yes, all my favourite subjects there, I don't think.
Well, only favourite subject I was sewing. All right.
Yeah. Oh, I liked geography.
What teacher you like?
Yeah, Mr. Scovey.
Oh, she remembers!
I remember his name. He's the only one I can remember.
Wow.
Yeah, they all picked on him, poor fella. I think he had a nervous breakdown.
That is typical of Pat. Always favours the underdog. Oh dear. So you liked him because they all picked on him. That sums you up.
I still never did well in class, although I liked it.
It's like that when we're watching football. She always wants the underdog to win. And the team she likes depends on the manager. If she likes the manager, she likes that team. If she don't like the manager, she don't like the team. She has her favourites. Who is it at Newcastle? I think he's your favourite.
Eddie Howe, is it?
Eddie Howe, yeah. He's your favourite, isn't he?
Yeah, he's my favourite.
Yeah. I bet you could have hit me when I was not there. Yeah, I could have.
I had to have a life of my own, you know.
Where'd you get that?
Otherwise I'd know to
Where'd you get that from?
Otherwise I'd know to write about.
I could have hit myself. Still, it is nice to know you still love me as I love you. As I did not get a letter this morning, I have not got a lot to say, so please don't be disappointed with this letter. The last 2 days my eyes have been hurting me. I am going to see the doctor as I don't see too well. Do you know what time I got up this morning? It was 6 a.m. I set off for school at 7 a.m. Well, Trevor, I can't think of any more to write, so I'm going to have a bath. So take care of yourself, as I love you very much, and don't forget that, will you? Lots of love from Pat.
There you go. Who's that one? Next one to... Oh,
No
yeah.
date on it.
You. That a 61.
I put it in order, but there's no date on it.
Right.
That's from me. Can't read it though.
All right.
For bottom. Well, I reckon this is going to be a bit of a
damp squid.
A damp squid. Yeah, hey, precisely.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
It's very warm, very close, and we've got 2 windows open.
Yeah.
Aren't they? Strange. I think we're going to have a thunderstorm.
I haven't had a look at forecast, so I've no idea.
Yeah.
But I think it is it's supposed to going to rain. In fact, the windows look as though, mind you, you get this low cloud coming off at Malvern Hills, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I walked over at far side of
The
common last night, and there's some houses, another cluster of houses over there. There's a right pad among them.
We like pads.
With stables and all sorts.
Yeah. Nice.
Lot of horsey people around here.
Yeah, we keep seeing them riding by. I saw someone yesterday on a horse, and there were someone following behind on a push bike.
They bring their horse boxes here, park them up. There's a parking area down by the lake. They park them up down there and exercise their horses. Well, it's a good place to get a gallop going around here. There's plenty of room.
Yeah.
And it's all available, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're not trespassing or all. It's all
common.
free ground.
It's good.
But farmers love it.
Why?
Well, it's free, isn't it? It's free grass.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think it's one particular person that keeps his sheep on there.
You do?
Yeah, when we arrived, the lady said that they keep their eye on this sheep.
Oh.
On somebody.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't know how it keeps track on them. They wander around all over the place.
Haven't they been out feeding something, field or something?
I don't know.
Yeah. I think so.
You know,
she says there's one young one that still keeps coming to her. They put it with her mother that wants its home. And
it won't have it.
She looks after it, but she's not keen on it feeding. So she keeps taking a bottle out to it.
Oh, right, yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
It comes to her as soon as it sees her.
For its milk.
Yeah.
Well, these in here, you can hear them.
You can hear them bleating.
Bleating. We're all orphans.
Yeah.
In shed there, she feeds them all every morning.
Yeah.
We make 4 o'clock. Not that we hear her feeding them. We don't hear them.
She said She said she didn't think we'd hear her.
No. That's a long day.
And then she goes off to work for morning, doesn't she?
I think this farmer was a bit like our son-in-law, David.
Oh, why?
Well, you know how he's always buying tools?
Yeah.
I think this farmer's always buying machinery.
Yeah, yeah, we when
you
lift this up, you've got all machinery out there.
No, it ain't old. It's
No.
some of it looks as though it's new.
We were putting some fence posts in
everything you can think of.
with a fencing thing.
Yeah, he's got everything. He's got all gear. It's like David. David has to have all latest
tools.
I bet the thieves thought it was the birthday when they got all his tools.
Oh.
Because they're all best.
Yeah. He's very particular about his tools, isn't he?
I don't know what he'll do now.
I wonder if they took his hammer.
What do you mean?
Well, he's got an hammer that's really
an expensive hammer. No, they didn't.
No.
It wasn't in van.
Oh, right. That's good.
I don't know what he's going to do now.
No, I don't. To wait while we see him, won't we?
First he loses his tools and now he's got a double hernia.
Yeah.
To add to his...
thing.
God, I don't know. How do you survive?
I know. It's like something's against you, isn't it? It's telling you something.
Well, David definitely.
Give up.
He is paranoid, is David.
Yeah.
He thinks everybody's out to sue him or something.
Yeah.
He's insured up to hilt.
Yeah.
Because he always thinks somebody's going to sue him.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Poor David.
Yeah. Oh. I had something in mind to say, but I can't think what it was.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what a shame.
It were a little story.
Oh, story?
Yeah. Not my story, your story.
Oh.
What were it about?
I won't look at you. I'll look at you, you won't remember. I'm looking away.
Oh, it was something about you going to somebody's house. Gosh, what were it? When we were talking the other day, we were talking about you going to somebody's house. Something. What were it? Want dogs, were it now? Oh, come on, Pat. What are you thinking of?
Oh, yeah.
Can you remember?
I can't remember the story. I remember we were talking about summer. When I went to somebody's house to tune the piano.
Oh.
Oh.
The farm. The old couple at the farm. With the books.
Oh, God. Yeah. It's funny because we were saying that I wondered, we were talking about a lady that I used to go to this house, and her husband, he'd been a captain in Navy, an officer, and he'd had a stroke, a bad one, and he finished up in a wheelchair. And when I first started going to tune their piano, he was at home on his own, and his wife used to go out to work, and he used to wheel his wheelchair up at the side of the piano, and we used to chat. He were a bit hard to understand because it had affected his speech. But eventually his wife retired. I used to go, I think I used to go every 6 months, because it was a really poor piano. It never held its tune. The pins on it weren't tight enough, and it wouldn't hold its tune. So I had to go too frequently, really. but eventually his wife retired, and the house they lived in was a really big house, and it had its own grounds, and she used to look after sheep. They say if you want outdoing, ask a busy man, or in this case a busy woman, because she really was busy. I mean, she used to go out to work, look after her husband, because she wouldn't allow anybody else to come in the house to look after him. She looked after him herself, and then she had sheep and all. And eventually they decided to put the house up for sale and build a new house in the grounds, in the garden, because she had a good few acres. And the house that she built, she had it built specifically with her husband in mind. It were all, you know, open plan and everything for him. And I used to go regularly. And I say to Pat, I'm sure nobody played that piano. I don't know whether sometimes people take a liking to you and just have you back.
Yeah.
Just for a chat.
Couple of instances.
Yeah, and we remembered another place where I used to go. And this were another farmer, and they were really, really old-fashioned. It was, when you went into this house, it was like going back in time. And the piano, I don't think anybody played this piano from one year to the next. I always remember it were always bonfire night when I went, always November 5th.
What's it in the bedroom?
No, it were in a downstairs room.
Yeah.
But all there were in that room were a massive table, dining table, and bookshelves along one side. And this couple, they sat in the kitchen. And the kitchen was old-fashioned, if you can imagine, a really old-fashioned kitchen. And they had these rail things that were like a prop, pulley, that you pulled up to the ceiling, and all washing were hanging on it, down on it. And they had 2 deck chairs in this kitchen, and they used to sit and watch the telly. And it was a little black and white telly in the hatch. What was the serving hatch? It would have been the serving hatch into a dining room, which was never used. I mean, this house, there were cobwebs everywhere. It's just like they never walked, they never went into any of the other rooms. Just this kitchen where they just spent the day, and they sat on these deck chairs looking. But in this room where I went to tune the piano, they must have belonged to a book club. You know, these online book clubs. And you pay a monthly subscription and they keep sending you books. The idea is if you want, they'll send you some, and if you want them, you keep them, and they charge you for them, and if you don't, you send them back. And I think there were all these loads and loads of books on various subjects, some of them still in polythene, never been opened.
Just stacked up on
just
the table.
Stacked up. The whole series of Charles Dickens books. And I remember going one year, and they were on the table were one of these massive books, really thick thing, and it was, you know, Google Earth, photographs of Google Earth, you know, all over the world. Every page is just a photograph of the Earth, you know. I think they just couldn't be bothered to cancel this subscription to this book club, and I don't think they ever read these books. They just put them in this room on this bookshelf.
You once took me, didn't you?
I won't remember taking Thomas once.
Yeah.
When he stayed with us.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's my nephew.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Aye. Yeah.
What time?
Oh, we're way over time. 24 minutes. Oh, good job there isn't a drawing coming up after this. All right, we better end this video.
He didn't really finish about the chap in the wheelchair.
Why?
Because that one time when you went and She was a bit flappy, desperate, wasn't she?
I went, yeah, they had a Labrador, golden Labrador dog, and I went, one time I went and she was panicking about the dog. She says, the dog's not well. I need to get him to the vet, but I can't lift him up and get him in car. And I said, have you got a sheet, an old sheet? And she says, why? I said, well, if we put lay an old sheet down at the side of him, we can roll him over onto a sheet and then lift him up. So we did that. He couldn't get up, this dog. He was actually bleeding out of his mouth. And we put the sheet down and rolled him onto sheet and lifted him up, put him into a boat at County, took him to the vet. But unfortunately he died.
He didn't come back, did he?
No, he didn't come back.
But I think they did get another little dog because I thought you came and said it were a little Yorkshire Terrier, and it just loved him because it kept jumping on his knees and sitting with him.
Yeah, it was good company for him.
For him during the day.
Yeah, well.
And you told me it were an absolutely lovely house, and it were all glass and even floor.
It was real
upstairs,
modern, The house, the first house they lived in, was old fashioned, but this house was real modern. And I went to the toilet upstairs one day, and because they did have a bathroom downstairs. I don't know. Oh, it was because I could see it, this glass above my head, and I must have asked her about it. It said, go up and have a walk on it, and I did. I went upstairs, and yet it was a corridor upstairs, and you had to walk across this glass floor to get to the other end.
Her husband had his bedroom downstairs, didn't he? Everything he wanted were on one level.
And an adapted toilet and everything, She had hoists and everything. Yeah.
She had it all
set
up for him. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Right.
This done it again.
We've wandered off, didn't we?
Waffle on, don't we? Okay, we better call it a draw. Gets longer and longer.
Bye.
Bye.